All right, hi everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday's Golden Drop. You normally don't see me, so obviously this is the B team or C team or whatever. We want to make sure that if you are watching this live or later on and you're from a government agency that takes care of our health and welfare, I want you to know that we're not here to prescribe anything. We're a bunch of essential oil lovers who are here to learn from each other about how to use them more effectively in our lives to improve what we're doing for our own wellness and for other people. So today I was asked to share a tip with you all, and I thought immediately upon something that was not what was recommended, but something that honestly is, for me, a real key in my life. And so I'm really excited about it and have been for how long we've been involved here and using doTERRA products, 7 years. Right off the bat, when we joined doTERRA, we were introduced to a set of supplements called Lifelong Vitality, and hopefully you've heard of them too. I'm not going to go through all of the details here. There's information online. I just a few minutes ago, doing a Google search, found a video from Justin Harrison describing things in detail. So if you ever want to go and learn entirely too much information about Lifelong Vitality, you can do that on the internet. There's also a brochure that doTERRA puts out about it. It is the only product that doTERRA makes that has a money-back guarantee. That's how seriously they take it. And they guarantee that if you don't feel better with more energy and it doesn't improve your health in a 30-day period, that they'll gladly give you your money back. And I think that's really, first of all, that's really impressive that a company would stand behind their product that way. But I will just share with you my own experience. Hopefully you have your own that you can jump in on after I'm done. But you know, I used to work in an office that had no windows, and I know that's a common thing to work in an environment with cubicles or offices that are kind of under fluorescent light, and sometimes you don't even know what time of day it is outside. I used to have an issue with kind of hitting this lull about 2 o'clock in the afternoon after lunch, and I would just feel like I couldn't think straight. I wouldn't have very much energy, and I wouldn't be able to do my job as well as I think I should have been able to. So I started taking the Lifelong Vitality. I just thought, okay, let's give this a try. And that afternoon need for a nap went away. It was great. So I had more clear thinking, more clear thought, and I had more energy to do the things that I needed to do. So just from a practical standpoint, I have that experience that it really does make a big impact if you take it and you use it properly. If we go through a little bit of the highlights of what these Lifelong Vitality pills are, I know a lot of people do take them and they're familiar with them, but you have 3 sets essentially. You have CRS Plus, and you have VMZ, and you have the Z Omega, or XE Omega. So if you look at each one, they each have different benefits for the body. A lot of people have heard of oxidative stress that our bodies go through when we get ultraviolet damage or other damaging factors that come into our bodies and create free radicals, which go around and rip our cells apart, is really what they do. And then our body has to heal from those things, and oftentimes the amount of damage outruns the ability of the body to heal itself in a good amount of time, and it creates permanent damage. So it's good to ingest things that will mitigate that oxidative stress on our bodies. And often we look at foods like blueberries and some other things that have high antioxidant content, and that's good. But I think the point is that even if we should eat healthy and take in the right things in our bodies, It's very difficult and nearly impossible to really take in enough of the right elements and the right factors to counteract these things that are going on. Another example that I use with my kids is if you look at the required amount of fiber that we're supposed to take in, it's ridiculously high. And I look at the content in foods, even high fiber foods, and you have to eat a ridiculous amount. But it's kind of the same way with vitamins and minerals and these other factors. So to counteract the oxidation effect of these free radicals, coming back to that, doTERRA has given us CRS Plus, which contains several different sources of high potent antioxidants for our body, and also by doing that, giving us some factors that increase the energy level in our bodies. So it's really that CRS Plus part of the LLV that's helping to do that for the most part. And then there are some additional factors in the LLV that help with the foundation of good health. The Omega, for example, has omega-3s. That's why it comes in a gel cap kind of thing, a little liquid form in a pill, because it actually contains fish oil for the non-vegan version. There's also a vegan version for those who don't want to ingest fish oil. There are other sources for those omega-3 oils. And they are, of course, powerful in helping our nervous system and so forth. You can look up the benefits of omega-3s. That's readily available information. Plus, the Omega contains additional antioxidants in that liquid form, as well as some essential oils that help to promote healing and optimal cell performance in our bodies, like frankincense and clove. Clove is also a powerful antioxidant in essential oil. Then if we move on to the third part of the LLV, it's really the more traditional vitamin supplement, I guess, containing a lot of the vitamins and minerals, really a complete set of vitamins and minerals that our body needs in the VMZ, but not in a form that you normally find off the shelf. I think there have been a lot of studies that maybe some of us have heard of that have looked at the potency of vitamins and whether or not they really do anything. And a lot of people have downplayed the effectiveness of vitamins in general just because a lot of these studies have shown they haven't done anything. Well, yeah, if you have a little brick that you take in your body and your body can't digest it, it's just going to pass right on through. And that happens often with a lot of the off-the-shelf vitamins that you find in the grocery store or the pharmacy. The VMZ is completely different. It is a set of vitamins and minerals that are sourced from whole foods. They're in a powder form in a capsule that your body can readily digest and start to absorb and use immediately because it is in that whole food form. So really, all three taken together, these pills are a powerful set of tools to help your body and support what you're doing with your diet. And of course, like I was going to show you here, we've seen this pyramid from doTERRA about how we should eat right, exercise, and do these other things for our wellness. Well, eating right is the foundation, and really the LLV helps to support that foundation. And I think it's amazing that we have such a powerful set of vitamins that we can use, and if taken properly, they really will support your health. I know that in convention, for example, this year, Dr. Hill talked about how it's good to spread them out throughout the day. Take a couple of them in the morning, a couple with lunch. Also, it's highly recommended to take these with food, to take them before or right at the beginning of a full meal and not by themselves, so that your body can properly absorb them. And not to take, I wouldn't recommend taking the full dose of Omega all at once either, because you might need to go to the bathroom pretty soon after that, just to be blunt. But if you do it properly throughout the day, they really do help to support your bodily functions in a positive way. So with that, that's my tip. I love it. And I'm going to open it up for anybody else who has comments or experiences.
I can share one, Jason.
Okay.
So majority of the people here, they know that my husband is outside every day. That's what his job and description is, part of it. But when we first got started, even though I was introduced to the oil itself, we decided to start taking our own health into our own hands and decided to take the Lifelong Vitality. And it wasn't very much longer that people started asking my husband what he was doing different because he looked different. He had looked like he had more stamina. His face wasn't so red from the elements outside. And, you know, that was before I actually decided to take the plunge and the opportunity of doTERRA as a business. So after really looking more into that product and the other products and the company itself, that's when I really decided to have a change of heart and actually do this business, because if it helped him, how many other people would it help? Because it helped me too in more ways than I could count, because I've always had some inflammation going on in my body because I've had back issues since I was 12 that I know of. And so it really created a better environment for me because of what it can do for the body and its ability to heal. So for us, it's been a very big life changer. And my husband, Gene's never taken supplements in his life until now, and he won't go a day without them. He doesn't like that. And then recently we realized that he takes some medication for blood pressure, which I'm trying to get him off. And he can't be in the sun because of that medication. And it's like, well, he's outside every day. So the doctor knows what we do, and he's all about natural stuff too. So what they suggested, or he suggested, is double up on the omegas, because that will help the body absorb the vitamin D, for one, and so that he doesn't have the effects of the sun because of the medication he takes. So it's a good little tidbit.
Thanks, Diana. That was great. Yeah. Thanks for sharing Gene's personal experience with that and your observation. It's good. Anybody else have some thoughts?
Jason, I do. When I started taking LLV, I really had issues. And I got sick to my stomach and really bad situations just because I think, and I went back to my parents, they can't take vitamins. So I think I have a hereditary situation. So what we ended up doing is I reached out to Jody Lewis, and we actually broke down like what particular one was making me nauseous and stuff. So it was the iOmega. So ironically, so then I went to vegan, and everything's been great.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So I just want to make sure that everybody knows, just because and then when Dr. Hill said that to spread it out, because I always have to take medication or supplements or something with food, because that's just hereditary in our family.
Yeah.
Definitely. And Kira actually told me to do the vegan because she had a client that could not take it either, but to try the vegan, and now I have no problems whatsoever.
Well, that's great. First of all, I'm happy that you're able to successfully use it and see the benefits. And then secondly, that's interesting that it was switching to the vegan that helped you. So the only difference I know of, I haven't gone back and double checked everything, but is that the fish oils are sourced from plants in the vegan version. So that's interesting. Okay, we have a comment also from Julie Hickman. She says she's on the bus, but she's taking the LLV. She said she's working to be more consistent with it, but on the days that she does take it, she doesn't need a nap during the day, and she feels like she does get more done. So there you go. That's Julie's input. Thanks, Julie. That was good. Okay. Anybody else have I mean, you know, I'm glad Renee shared an experience where there was an issue that she had to work through. I have heard of a few people having issues here and there. I tried to mitigate some of that in the discussion with the fact that you do need to spread this out. Some people can take it all in one dose, but honestly, even though most of the time that kind of works for me if I eat a good meal with it, I don't feel like I see the full benefit if I take it all at once, because I do have more energy, but maybe like for half the day. So it's better to spread it out. In fact, not just because it doesn't hitch as hard, but because it also has a better benefit throughout the day. And Renee is also holding up, what was that, Mito2 Max? Yeah, that's Sharon's favorite. That's kind of like an additional build on the CRS Plus kind of idea of optimizing the way the cells perform. And you know, we talk about mitochondria and so forth, but this is not a biology class. I know Dr. Hill likes to throw that around, but it basically helps your body run more smoothly and more effectively in your cells at the cellular level. So, you know, we didn't even go through, we've gone through, now that you bring that up, we've gone through the LLV, but we didn't talk about the other supplements that doTERRA has. There's an amazing set of supplements that this company has, the Mito2 Max and the phytoestrogen for women, as well as the calcium, and the, what's the one I'm trying to think of? The deep blue polyphenol. So polyphenols are also something that help to reduce oxidative stress on the body and really promote recovery. So I love the deep blue polyphenol when I have been overstressing my muscles, which honestly doesn't happen quite often enough. I probably should work a little more on that. But when I do that, thanks Renee, there it is. When I do that, you know, I take the deep blue polyphenol and it really does help my muscles recover. I'm not as sore for as long, and it really helps me go right back to what I need to be doing. Yeah, so there you go. I can't say enough about them. I know that normally in this call we talk about essential oils. For those of you who came on this call looking for essential oil sharing specifically, I apologize a little bit, but there are essential oils in the XE Omega. So I want you to know that these will be useful for you too if you choose to use them. And of course, we don't want you to waste your money. I know my wife tells people this all the time, that we don't want you to waste your money. We want you to buy these products, the supplements, as well as the essential oils at the best price. And so, you know, talk to one of us about how to do that. Whoever invited you to this call, or however you knew about it, talk to them about how to do that. Okay, Teresa Massey's headed out. I think we're all headed out, and we're going to wrap up the call. And I guess the last comment from Diana was she takes the deep blue polyphenol every day as well. So there you go. But thanks everybody for being here. And somebody will talk to you next week.